preferred rookie play versus CPU?
100%. There's been lots of play testing going on, and everyone said the same thing of like play versus CPU to just beat up on any CPU team is not the way on rookie. Like, I'd rather just spend my time playing ranked, playing events, playing, BR anywhere online, really. And that's one of, the big motivators that we want people to have is you can play anywhere and feel like it's worth the time to play there.
Yeah, that's a really good call out. And don't worry, fans. Everyone knows I'm kind of your average player. I'm still playing this internally, and I'm racking up that PXP even faster than in 25, which is really nice.
Yeah, we had a lot of double PXP weekends in 25. There have been also additional boosts to just some of the stat value PXP values that you'll get on position players in particular. So hitting stats have been boosted. And right now, I'd say you basically are progressing at the same rate with position players as you do with pitchers, which is first time really ever that we've seen in Diamond Dynasty.
That's incredible. I remember last year we raised like the value per plate appearance. So additionally, with all the mods that we're about to get into with these PXP rates, something our fans have been wanting forever is to have position players at least go in tandem with pitchers with how quickly you're earning PXP.
Yeah, there are going to be some games, like say you have just a great game with a hitter, you will earn more PXP with the hitter than with a pitcher if he has, say, just an average, below average kind of start, which has never
been able to say, yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be a lot of fun. The race for parallel level 5s has never been more intense, I'd say.
Wow, you heard it here first from Rory, our designer for PXP 2.0. The fans have been patient, though, and we need to start talking about what the actual feature is going to entail. It's going to be full of mods, and you can kind of just make these players alter their attributes to what you want. So, Rory, tell me, what are these parallel mods?
So parallel mods, you're able to take those flat +1s for parallel level 1, +2, +3, so on as you go up, and actually change up the boost to attributes to the archetype that you want for a specific card. So for example, you have a great hitter with no speed. You can put on a speed mod on that card, so he'll gain more stats to his speed, but at the cost of, say, contact and power. So you could get, +5 speed on the guy, and you would get +0s to contact and power. And they can be leveled up to gold tier and diamond tier. As you go up higher, obviously, the boost gets stronger, and you're allowed to kind of mix and match on any player. So you can boost the strengths of a guy to be even stronger or go after the weaknesses. It all just depends on what you want.
If we can rewind for a second, this is incredibly exciting. You mentioned there's these silver tier mods, these gold tier or diamond tier mods as well. How many total mods, and then what are the different categories differentiating them?
Yeah, that's a great question. So for position players, there are 4 silver mods. They're contact, speed, fielding, and power. And then you can go up into the gold tier where there's 16 mods. And it kind of gets...
Okay, here we go. This is what I was waiting to see.
With power secondary focus.
Yeah.
And kind of goes into that way of contact, speed, contact, fielding, or just pure contact. It's really up to you. And the same thing for diamond. There's 16 mods on the position player side. And then when we look at pitchers, there are 3 silver mods, which it's more focused towards hit per 9, K per 9, and control. And then at the gold tier, there's 9 mods where, similar to the hitting mods, is, you have 1 focus with a second.
Just a second chat.
And then same thing at diamond level, there's 9 mods there. So total, there are 57 mods that you can mix and match all throughout DD with any of your cards. And it will just depend what you want on the card. So lots of customization out there.
So the options are... There's so many to go through, so many choices for each player to decide, but it's not just Parallel XP that's going to tie these mods, right? There's going to be missions within each mod to unlock.
Exactly, yeah. When you get to Parallel Level 1, you'll unlock all of the silver mods, and then once you get to Parallel Level 3, then the gold mods can start getting unlocked. There will be additional mission criteria that kind of goes into the archetype of the mod. So let's say it's gold contact. you're going to have to get a certain number of hits. Or if it's gold power, you got to hit, let's say, 5 home runs along with getting to parallel level 3. So once you've reached parallel level 3, done all of the missions that are attached to each mod, then you'll unlock it. And then it's similar for Diamond tier. Once you get to parallel level 5, you can start unlocking Diamond mods, but you have to also do those stat boosts or stat requirement missions.
Something I've enjoyed as I've been playtesting and experiencing this is the parallel XP thresholds as well as the mission values. They kind of work in tandem, where the mission that's correlated to that gold parallel 3 mod, you almost are always going to get that done along your parallel journey, and if you haven't, you probably will just have a handful of stats left to complete.
Yeah, that's kind of the hope with how it'll be. As you are progressing, you're playing, getting to parallel level 3, doing all of the things you'll do, whether, it's getting hits with players, hitting home runs, it should progress you around a similar rate to when you'd actually get to that point. And, I guess. Yeah.
Now I'm putting on my fan hat, and I know a lot of people are probably wondering, is it kind of a one and done when I pick a mod for a player? Or can you switch it out as you see fit as long as they're unlocked?
That's a good question. So you can actually change your mod equipped on a guy limitless. If you go into one game with a contact mod on, you can go into the next game with a power mod on. You can be looking through all the
That's good to know.
And when we get to the live portion, I'm sure we'll be doing it, where you can just be selecting, unselecting, all different kinds of mods. Yeah,
I love
and you can just kind of see what all the boosts are doing, whether, it's...
I mean, I kind of assumed that was going to be how it worked, but it's good to hear it, verified.
You just have to have the mod equipped or unlocked in order to equip it.
That kind of leads me to my next question. Are there any limitations to mods in terms of which players have mods, or can every player have all 57 total mods between hitters and pitchers combined?
Yeah, so if you're a primary position player, you only play in, a primary position in the field, shortstop, for example. You will only then unlock hitting or fielding, any position player focused mods. Similarly, pitchers will only unlock the pitcher mods. But if you have two-way players, like Shohei Ohtani, you can unlock both hitting and pitching mods. And what's really cool is that while you're using Shohei, you can be basically getting him to P5 at a super fast rate if you have him starting pitching and hitting in the same game.
Oh, that's cool.
Now, the one caveat with him is you can only have one of the mods equipped on him. So you can't have a pitching mod and a hitting mod. You
makes
have to
sense.
choose
That makes sense.
Pitching mod or hitting mod for him.
So that'll be really important for anyone that's using a two-way player. You can select a pitching mod when you know he's going to pitch. You can switch it out with a hitting mod and there'll be no penalty if you know he's going to hit. So it's going to be really important for players to tinker and make those decisions.
Yeah, it's up to you. You can mix, match, do however you want. I love what you said.
That's going to be fun. It's going to be a nice little meta game within the game to decide what kind of mods you're going to put on your players.
And now really boost him up.
And then to kind of put a bow on this conversation, we'll be able to see it soon with the game pulled up in just a matter of moments. If I don't select a mod, maybe I'm late to a party, I'm finishing a program, I have 10 different cards I've unlocked, for example, will I get a baseline like +1, +2s? What's going on if I don't interact with the mod system?
That's a great question. Yeah, when you don't equip any mods, it will use that old system where parallel 1 +1s across the board, parallel 2 +2s, and so on. So that system still lives on. And then you can have these mods here if you really want to mix and match, play the strengths, the weaknesses, all of that.
I don't know why you would want to go back to the original mode where you get a +1, a +2 to every stat. I'd rather for it to focus on exactly the stats I want to upgrade and put the bulk of my points there.
We'll make this very easy to look at. We'll go through it in the live portion, which I'm excited to get into.
Right.
Okay, that's how the pitcher one looks. Home runs, Ks per night, and control.
Ever since we introduced parallels.
Yeah, you'll be able to manage through your whole inventory, see all the cards you have at parallel 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it's, just dedicated screen for it, which is something people have wanted for a while. So you'll be able to also manage your mod equipping, unequipping in that area. You can also do that any place where you view the player card. You can update the mods, equip them, unequip them, just looking at the player card as well.
It's awesome. And then I know it wouldn't be a Diamond Dynasty feature premiere if we didn't sprinkle a little bit of live content into it. So I know some people saw in the fielding feedback that there is a new red diamond rarity tier between.
Yeah. So let's see more about this, because I know when I did my Diamond Dynasty reaction video, they were really kind of vague on what really makes a red diamond special.
Albert Pujols is here. Look at that red diamond. I think it's time we show our fans the first attributes for a 99 in MLB The Show 26. Colin,
let's see.
Hit it. Bang. Get your screenshots ready. 5 tools.
Well, they showed this screen in the video too, though.
Back to the main cam and welcome back everyone to the Diamond Dynasty.
Let's see what the community is saying.
Carson, we are 1 week away from early access. I'm excited.
And I'm Ashley, and you just heard about the World Baseball Classic and mini seasons. We're going to have World Baseball Classic live content all throughout Diamond Dynasty. Stay tuned next week to find out more. You also saw the Red Diamond Rarity tier, as well as an insight to the new Parallel XP system.
Yeah, before we go live and talk more about all the mods and everything else in Diamond Dynasty, don't forget to watch the gameplay, Road to the Show, presentation, and franchise feature premieres on YouTube.
And then from here on out, you're going to have a first look with MLB The Show 26. We're going to be diving even deeper.
Yeah, her mic isn't on.
Questions in the Twitch chat, the YouTube chat. We're going to try to answer.
Well, they have it really low.
While going through all of the player screens.
Do not forget that Twitch drops are live.
You just walk right in front of the camera.
Twitch drops are live. Make sure your accounts are linked, and make sure you get those packs for MLB The Show 26. I think we'll have 3 up for grabs today.
And reminder, live content is next
week,
but we're talking
mic is loud.
codes and systems in Diamond Dynasty.
It is really loud now.
Yes, so we are sitting here with Rory, senior live designer, and of course, Kevman is back.
Kev!
So let's get the game going.
Right. How we doing, Rory? Welcome back.
I'm doing well, thank you. It's good to be back. I'm ready to have some fun today.
There we go. So to tie a bow on the Red Diamond Rarity before we move on a little bit to the WBC, before we kick it off to PXP 2.0, can you remind our fans, what does the Red Diamond mean for this year in the Show 26?
Yeah, please go into more depth with that.
Diamond, it's to distinguish the lower overall diamond, so starting 85, and that is going to go up to 94 overall. That'll be just diamond, what people have come to know. Red diamond starts at 95 overall, kind of the threshold we felt like the diamonds take a step up. So they're going to be our red diamonds up until 99 overall.
Yeah, so it's a new rarity tier for our fans that
Okay, so there's now I understand. There's really nothing new. It's just a cosmetic change.
This is how we're going to do it.
So not diamonds that are 95 or higher are just going to be red diamonds. But it's nothing special about the cards like they would have like last year. It's going to be the same type of cards. They just have a different color diamond.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah, and don't forget World Baseball Classic. You guys got to see some of it in the pre-record. We have so much more that we're excited for you guys to get your hands on. And we have all the live content we'll talk about next week, Ashley.
Right, yeah. So there's a lot going on. We want you to be able to experience playing through the mini-season firsthand when you get the game with early access next week. But we also know the World Baseball Classic just started last night. For those of you who tuned in for the Team Australia versus Team Chinese Taipei's game, we did see that Team Australia took the first dub of the World Baseball Classic.
They did.
We will have a lot of WBC live content to discuss next week. But this would not be a Diamond Dynasty feature premiere if we didn't at least reveal some WBC live content. So Colin, let's hit them with the first ever WBC card of Mr. Travis Bazana.
Wow.
Okay, that's a nice card art.
Yeah.
That home run he hit last night, crushed it.
Incredible. Former #1 pick, doing his thing for Australia. And yeah, you're going to see it celebrated in WBC.
See what the community thinks.
And I can tell you, just
CWs, okay.
Card,
Clean.
he is very good.
People seem to like the card art.
See him in the major leagues at some point this season.
It feels good hearing you say he's very good again. Takes me back to some of the other live content shows we've done.
Is that the only like descriptor I have? Oh, he's very good.
When you say he's very good, that means he's going to play. So our fans are going to be excited for sure.
Yeah. Kev, how are we feeling about Bazana?
Really excited now that he's saying really good.
Resident Guardians fan, he's excited. We're all excited.
Yeah.
I think it's time we dive in and start talking about Parallel XP.
Yes.
2.0.
Short myself a little bit
yes.
here.
Kyle Blake
I got to go on mute for a second.
Parallel XP back in 21,
Yep.
I believe it was. And this year we just want to build on that system, make it even more abundant, and allow for a lot of customization for users. So first screen that we see here, lots of updates to the stat criteria. So once you're playing with a card in most Diamond Dynasty modes, you're going to be earning Parallel XP for those player items. So every stat that you see here, you do that, you get 40 points for plate appearance, 10 for singles, and so on. I could keep going through all of them, but I'll let chat do the reading for me.
Right, I was going to say a question, as we were talking about this in the pre-record section of this feature premiere, a question kind of came up from chat between the differences of how quickly you're progressing depending on what difficulty you're playing on, whether you have the online multiplier, if you're playing in a multiplayer mode. So can you kind of just summarize whether if it's online versus offline, higher difficulties, how are some rates maybe a little bit more faster than others, but overall you're still progressing quickly?
Yeah, so if you're playing offline, difficulty will be the influencer of your multiplier. So you could be playing on rookie and that's just base values. What you play, that's what you get. But as you go up in difficulty, you take steps up. So you can see veteran 1.3 times what your base earn rate is. 1.8 for All-Star, all the way up. If you play GOAT offline, you get 3.5 times. And let me tell you, you get a lot of PXP for that. And then if you play in any of those online modes, ranked events, BR, ranked co-op, it gets an additional 1.5 time multiplier. So say you play ranked, you're a 500 rated player, you get that 1.8 times.
All right, so we get this. How to earn your XP, your player XP.
Playing in an online mode.
Yeah, so that's important. There's a ton of multipliers here. Like our offline fans, you're going to get the multipliers based on what you see with your difficulty, and then ranked and our other head-to-head modes, you're going to just get that extra 1.5 boost on top of the difficulty multiplier.
Yeah, and these multipliers, they make a big difference where you are incentivized to play on a higher difficulty, challenge yourself, no matter where you're playing, whether you choose offline or online. You want to play at the difficulty that kind of matches your skill level. You will then earn PXP probably at a faster rate than what you would if you were just playing on rookie, winning 20-0.
Yeah.
And I can confirm because I tested it myself.
Playing on GOAT,
it was way faster.
It's 3.5
just on All-Star.
XP.
Sure, because those multipliers will help.
Yeah.
I've noticed the same thing playing internally.
Yeah, I was going to bring up as well, like, these multipliers aren't something that is new. They were introduced with the original PXP system in MLB The Show 21. What's new this year is how those multipliers are greater, especially when you increase difficulties. A lot of them were just bucketed in very similar categories, and then you're still going to get that extra multiplier if you choose to play
So
online.
playing on All-Star is 1.8.
They were in the game last year, just much less than what they are now. And the main reason we just want to incentivize people to play
Let's see, plate appearance is 40, home run is 40,
online, be able to parallel
single, double, triple.
Feel like it's worth their time.
There we go. But this
I mean,
isn't all that's new with parallels.
I feel like
We've
a
been talking
triple,
lot
honestly,
about
even
mods.
though
Our
it's
fans
not as
got
good as a
first
home run. I
look
feel
at
like a
the mod
triple should be
system in
about
the
50.
pre-record. Why don't we just scan a little over here, Kev, and Rory, walk us through the whole mod screen and what it looks like. I think right now we don't have mods currently equipped, so walk us through how we could equip them.
Right. So what you saw up above was the base attributes. So what people have come to know, you still will get +1, +2, +3 to all attributes if you parallel cards and don't have a mod equipped.
Right.
What the mods do is you apply them on, and it's basically taking those plus bonuses and distributing them to the archetype that you want for the card. So, for example, right here, we're on Contact Silver mod. And if you right stick over, so you'll see right now you've got potentially Contact versus left going up to 110, Contact versus right going up to 52, but you're not getting any boost to Power versus left or Power versus right. You get some clutch, you get some vision. So basically you're just making trade-offs of, I'm not getting my +1 to Power, I'm not getting fielding, but I'm getting an additional point to Contact.
Right, and then there's a reason for that, right? Like, you only need 500 PXP to be able to get the silver mod. So think about, like, when you just get to level 1 of your parallel XP, you have less points to play with than if you were in P3, P5, etc.
Exactly, yeah. And so if we go up to just the gold,
I'm
tier
fine with this. I
mods,
mean,
so
it's
you
it's
can
gonna
see
be fun to
you've
like
got contact,
boost your cards even more,
primary
even that
focus,
early on.
contact, secondary focus. Now we have our 14. Oh, there we go. Back up to the, yeah. Just stay there for me, please. So we've got our 14 of 10 hits needed to unlock it, but we haven't gotten to 3,000 PXP. We're not parallel 3. So once we get to 3,000 PXP, get parallel 3, this gold mod will unlock. And as you can see, just going through these, even if you don't have it unlocked, you can see what those boosts are going to be once
Okay.
you have them unlocked.
Yeah.
I was going to say, question with that. We see here, to your point, we have yet to unlock these gold parallel mods because we haven't reached the 3,000 PXP requirement. However, we have reached those mission requirements. So my question to you is, it seems like the missions are always tracking from day one that you get that card.
That's correct, yeah. So right now you're even earning progress on diamond level mods, even though you don't have gold unlocked. So it'll just be tracking for all of them right up front.
Oh, that's
and
good.
Another thing, you don't have to have any of the mods equipped to earn a higher tier of them. It'll still just be tracking. It's all about just playing with the card, and you'll be unlocking the mods as long as you get those parallel levels and complete
That's
the
good.
stat missions
That's good.
that go along with it.
Yeah,
So you can be
that's
complete. You
important.
complete the stat
You're
missions,
not committed
and
to the
then
mod, you're still
all you gotta do is worry about the PXP to get to unlock that next parallel
unlock
level.
these things. Kev, I'm seeing people say it should be 10 out of 10 or 8 out of 8 hits. But if we go up to the diamond tier, you're going to see that those missions are going to expand as we work our way to P5 and get even more boosts, right, Rory?
Yeah, that's correct. And even once you get the, diamond level mods, you still would like to be seeing like, oh, hey, I'm up to 60. I'm now at, 100 home runs even if you've been using the card so much. So it'll just be tracking your progress, letting you know how many hits, home runs, really just all of that.
Yeah, for sure.
There we go. So I'm seeing that we have the silver tier unlocked. We've yet to reach the gold tier, but Kev, I know we have a couple cards to show that have reached that gold tier if we want to swipe on over to them.
Oh, wait. Jolt series?
Jolt series?
Back?
Jolt.
Jim Tomey?
Let's go. Jim Tomey Jolt series is coming back. A whole fresh look. This is a inside look at some of your Team Affinity Cleveland Guardians players. You know we're always trying to sneak in some live content.
So, yeah, we'll work our way down to this. You see he's parallel level 3. And as we slide over, go ahead, Rory.
One thing to call out here, I'm not sure if Twitch chats noticed it or not, but right here, you'll see if you are the first person to any of these parallel levels, your username will show. It'll be surfaced for everyone to see. Also the date in which you got it done. So just a cool little, shout out to the first person at all of these parallel levels, not just parallel 5.
It'll do it at each level, right?
Yeah, each level, even on like base parallel too, like just the first person to unlock a card, you'll get the recognition right here.
That's
There we
really
go.
nice. I know myself included, a lot of my friends, they might get the P1, the P2, the P3 101, but somebody beats them to that P4, the P5. So it's nice that each of those people who reach those 101 milestones are getting a little bit of recognition in the player card.
Yeah, and I guess another thing wanted to just call out here, not sure if we did touch it on it already, but we do have new values just for, parallel levels this year. And we're back up to 10,000 being parallel 5. Now, I don't want to scare anyone of like, oh no, they've increased it again, because you will still get to parallel 5 faster than you have in years past, just with the boost to the stat stat criteria that is, and then also with those multiplier bonuses. If you're playing on, All-Star, you will get to P5 faster than in years past.
Okay, so yeah, this is all balanced. This is all taken into account. Although it is 10,000 PXP to get to P5, we have it confirmed from a senior designer. You'll be cruising faster.
But that's not all. We just see here some of the gold mods are unlocked for Mr. Jim.
So let's see
Tomey
what
with
these
Kevman.
gold mods
So you're
will
able to then
increase.
see it did a nice little animation as each of them were unlocked.
So is everything
as you build your
is
way up
highlighted
to
is
those
in
diamond
green?
levels.
Yeah, and just as we're scrolling through the mods, you can just be looking at, okay, this is boosting up my contact versus right to here, my power here, all those different things. And I think just R1 over to power, if you R1, L1, you're able to see, contact, power, fielding, speed. And on that bar, it's basically saying this is the primary boost that the mod is focused on. And then within each boost, or within each mod, it has a secondary focus. So
That's what I thought yesterday when I was reviewing my, when I was going over my reaction to how this was set up. That's why I was assuming how it was set. That's good.
Very cool. Yeah, the options are really endless. I think we mentioned it in the pre-record, but how many different mods are there?
I think I said 57.
I think you're right.
From what I remember, yeah.
per player, right? So, everyone's attributes are different. There's so many different types of players in real life and in the game, and being able to, have 57 options on how you want to tinker is pretty sweet.
Right. Yeah, there's a great question that just came up in the Twitch chat of, can I choose both power and contact? And the way that we're trying to make it is you can only choose one mod at a time per person, but there's a primary and a secondary relationship here.
Right, yeah. Only one mod can be equipped at a time, and that even goes for two-way players. So if they also hit and pitch, you have to choose
97, 96.
But yeah, only one mod can be equipped at a time. But in between games, you can change mod. You're not locked into any decision. If one day you want to use power and the next you want to use contact, that's totally fine.
Okay, so using power on gold, it went from
I have to ask, because
96 to 97, but on Diamond it went to 99.
Sometimes in online play. So are people able to change their mods mid-game, or they can only change them once they're out of a game?
Only out of the game, yeah.
Right.
You can't change them in-game. That would be kind of crazy,
right?
The things you could do.
Diabolical.
But no. Yeah.
Put the speed on first.
Yeah, once you get the guy on, put a speed, yeah. You cannot change in the middle of a game, only outside of games.
There we go.
Okay.
Colin, got some questions?
Seeing some people ask, where can I see the attribute change when the mod's applied? So in the bottom corner, correct?
Yeah, in the bottom corner, if you just select that mod right there, you'll see it actually goes all bright green on the attribute. It won't be blinking at you. That's like, hey, you're locked in. This is your, locked in attributes. And then if you go to another mod without equipping it, you'll then go over and you can see it starts blinking again, gets to show you all that is updated. When a number is not blinking or bright green, it is not receiving a boost.
Right. It's just unaffected.
Right. Just unaffected.
And then remember, like any of our original PXP fans that want just that 1, 2, 3, up to 5 boost, if you don't select a mod, you're still going to get that type of boost. You can choose to opt into the mod or keep it the way it's been for the last couple of years.
Yeah, you don't have to use a mod if you don't want to. Like if it somehow works out for your play style and the type of card, just taking the flat boost, by all means you can go for that.
Yeah, I'm curious. You've obviously, been playing this a lot as we get ready for early access in a week. How do you like to use your mods?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked me that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so the way that I like to go after it is applying a mod that goes after the weakness of a player. I'm not one to double down on strengths. I'm going after the weakness. So one of the things I've liked the most is having a contact-oriented player. So, let's say they have 80 contacts both sides, but only 50 powers. I'm going with a power mod on them.
And you boost it up.
Yeah, and then vice versa. If they're already a power hitter, I'm going to go with contact mod. If they're already just great across the board, I'm going speed.
Okay.
Ooh, there you go. I'll tell you what, as I've been play testing this, one of my favorite things to do is to boost the categories of maybe some legends or flashbacks that isn't necessarily their strong suit. So like, no disrespect, but speed for Big Poppy, for instance. It's fun to have a somewhat fast Big Poppy on the base paths.
I wouldn't say it gets you anywhere crazy of
right.
Like you've got, say, 70 speed, but you could get like plus 20s kind of speed with the diamond level speed mod on him. And, you might be able to turn a single into a double. If you're getting real crazy, you can steal some bases,
Hey, you get that kind of level of
especially
boost.
If they're not holding you on first base. I don't want to throw Lane out there, but we've been doing a lot of play testing, and I'm just running wild on him when I'm like, oh, I don't think he's paying attention. I don't think he knows I'm going to steal. Maybe he does, but I'm just going for it anyways. And I've been successful most of the time.
There you go. Yeah, I'm excited to see what our community ends up doing, right? Like, they're going to be playing around with this mod stuff in a week and see what they think's the best. I'm going to be tinkering like crazy. So it'll be fun.
Yeah, another quick question I've been seeing in the Twitch chat. If we're getting mods on, say, a sellable card, and I choose to sell that card, but I later reacquire that card, will all my PXP status stay the same, the mods I have unlocked, or does that start from 0?
You will still keep all of that progress. Similarly, if you don't own a card but play in Battle Royale, where you draft cards that you might not own, and you're unlocking, different parallel levels, unlocking mods, you will be able to equip them on your cards, be able to have them. And then if you end up owning the card, it'll still have those mods and everything unlocked.
Very cool. Well, before we dive into the pitcher side, we still have some other live content things to show?
I think we do. So why not show another World Baseball Classic card in Mr. Munetaka Murakami? Had to show some White Sox love. We all know Murakami raked in the 23 World Baseball Classic. I am beyond pumped to figure out what he's going to do for the 26 World Baseball Classic. But a fan favorite, Munetaka Murakami, is returning to MLB The Show 26.
He's crazy back. I'm excited. I loved his card in 23.
Right? And stay tuned. I know you're seeing, an influx of different overalls from different
He's
cards
already
that
a
we've
90?
been showing you. All will be revealed on where these cards are living throughout Diamond Dynasty within live content next week.
Yeah, we just got to give you,
Yeah, he's not going to be readily available. You're going to have to do some things to get him. It's probably going to be a collection reward or something.
But they're all across the game. But let's move on to pitcher mods, Rory, and talk us through what some of those
Let's see how the pitcher mods are.
Yeah, so with pitcher mods, there's not as many as hitters. I think it's 36 for hitters, 21 for pitchers. But there's 3 categories, similar kind of style where you have primary focus and secondary focus on those gold and diamond tier mods. But the categories are hit per 9, K per 9, and control. And for those who have not seen, walk per 9, it is just known as control now.
And why is that?
Well, that is going to be the main driver for the par region when pitching.
Okay.
I'm glad you kind of mentioned it. We teased it when we talked the gameplay feature premiere. A lot of fans now know whatever mode they're playing, they're only going to be shown the attributes that matter within that mode, as well as the walks per 9 to control differential. Can you talk us through, just briefly, how that now impacts the calculation of overalls, for instance?
Yeah, so we took a pretty good look and did a big update
so
to
10,000 XP, 80 innings need to be pitched, and then get 100 strikeouts to get the diamond level mod for pitchers.
How us and how the community views the way a card plays in gameplay. One of the big changes is handedness splits are pretty on par with each other right now. So verse right, verse left is weighted pretty similarly, because when you're playing in Diamond Dynasty, there's no saying of, oh, you'll face a right-handed pitcher this often, left-handed pitcher this often. You could face a lefty all the time, and that matters when making a decision on, am I going to have this player in my lineup who isn't so great against lefties with the chance I might always face a lefty. So we did a big overhaul on overalls. Overhaul on overalls.
Notice that.
Yeah.
The overall overhaul.
I got a mute chat.
What you'll basically be seeing this year, in the past, I guess, we've had cards that we've made where the community has said, oh, he plays above his overall, or his attributes are above his overall. You'll likely be seeing a lot more balance across the board where a player at 89 overall is going to be much more on par with all other players at that same overall, no matter the archetype of them. Whether they're a great hitter, they're going to have weaknesses of, fielding speed. A great fielder, they're going to be great there, great speed, might not have the hitting, but there's that choice that you have to make, and it should create for a lot better game balance.
Interesting. So, yeah, you heard it here first. There should be some changes to game balance. We're super excited to share that with you guys in 1 week as we work our way to early access.
1 week from today, but here are the pitching mods. Should we try to equip some mods and maybe check out another screen on how that might be organized now?
Yeah, we should. So right now we've got hit per 9 and hit per 9, the primary hit per 9 focus. If you go over to his like hit per 9 attributes, there we go. There we go. So you'll see right now you're not getting any K per 9, you're not getting any control boost, but you are getting a bigger hit per 9 bonus. So, and also with, you know, stamina and pitching clutch. And if you just go over to the right, you'll get hit per 9, K per 9. So you'll get a little less for hit per 9, you'll get more K per 9, but it really just allows you to fit whatever attribute boosts that you want. And there's trade-offs. You either have to go for, I'm going to get more boost to hit per 9, and I'm not going to get any K per 9, not going to get any control. Or you could go, hey, my pitcher has 58 control. I need to boost that up big time. And then you're going to be giving up the boost to hit per 9, maybe K per 9.
Yeah, I think there'll be a lot of tinkering early on to figure out what makes sense for each player, and then, you know, whatever player card they're using too, because you can just unequip and switch these things out between games.
Yeah, and one of the biggest things that I think the takeaway is giving more usability to cards that people may not have thought highly of in the past, where it's like, oh, I only like guys with power, so any card that's more contact focused, it turns them away. You can now put a mod on boost the power, or for pitchers like, oh, he has great K per 9, he has great hit per 9, but you know, control isn't great.
Can't throw a strike.
You can, yeah, I can't throw a strike. He's never getting it in the zone. Then, hey, I'm gonna put the control mod on, and it just creates a lot of decisions there. You get to choose: do you buff weaknesses or buff strengths?
There we go. And this is a great illustration to show you have a primary focus, you have a secondary focus, you can double down on that primary, or you can have a couple attributes being impacted at the same time. But if we want to go full camera here, we saw it in the pre-record. Y'all got very excited. It's something you've been asking for ever since parallels were first introduced, and that's a new screen of organizing your parallels by category. So we're going to pull it up soon here.
What is this? I don't quite remember.
Moment. There we go. Back to the game. So you can see we have a brand new UI. Shout out the UI UX team.
Okay.
Under the progress tab, under player upgrades, you're going to see
Now, let's see.
5 of your most recent parallel cards as we start scrolling over. But then Rory, when we click into view all cards, can you kind of walk us through what we're looking at?
Yeah, so when you go into
Why would it be the most recent parallel cards instead of the cards that's closest to getting parallel?
PXP,
I'd rather see that.
If you haven't accrued any PXP on cards, they're not going to show up here just because there's not much to manage really there. But if you go and R2, you can then look at, oh, here are all my cards at base parallel and how close I am to that next
Okay,
to parallel
that's what I
level
was
1.
talking about.
And then R2 again, you'll be able to just filter like, hey, here are all my cards at level 1 and level 2, level 3, you know, so on. And what you can do here is manage all of that mod equipping, unequipping, changing around through this screen. As you can see on the right side, when you have a mod equipped, it will show up like, hey, it's, you know, your primary.
See some W's in the chat for that?
Here, and
Okay.
it's the gold tier.
Yeah, this is something fans have asked for a long time. They also were able to see another Jolt Series player. Our Guardians fans stand up. Corey Kluber's back in as a Jolt player.
He is a very good card.
Very good.
Very good.
I just got that card today in MLB The Show 25. I think it's the same card art.
And yeah, if you want
Think
to
it
just
is.
click X, see details, you'll just be taken straight to this area where you get to see parallel details, and you can do all your mod equipping, unequipping, all of that management in this area. So just giving you a home in Diamond Dynasty to manage all of this stuff.
Super clean. Makes it really easy.
Super clean. And then I wanted, if I can, jump back a little to the 2 Jolt cards within Team Affinity. Seeing some shatter, 2 player cards in Launch Team Affinity, but there's going to be 4 total cards in every single Team Affinity program. You're going to have 120 total cards. 2 of those cards will be dedicated to the Jolt series. 2 of them, maybe you noticed that gold Carlos Santana will also be included in those Team Affinity programs, which we will talk more about next week, but want to let you all know a little bit of insight today.
Chat seems to be liking the changes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
There's 1 hitter and 1 pitcher Jolt card in each TA, and they both have captain abilities. So you will
Okay.
have a
We're breaking
hitting
news
captain.
today.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Hitting captain and pitching captain for your team will be available in Team Affinity Day 1.
In Team Affinity
Oof.
Day 1,
Yeah.
all 30
Yeah,
teams.
you
will
won't be able to
have
get them
Shout
day
out
one,
Brian.
but they'll be there.
World Series players, and then of course, like you mentioned, 2 more that'll be in like that gold rarity tier.
Exactly. So that we shouldn't stop there with some live content
No.
reveals. We have another World Baseball Classic card to show you. Let's pop up Kazuma Okamoto, new Blue Jay member, Team Japan WBC player. You can expect to see his card come early access 1 week from today.
Yeah, we're making it rain.
88.
WBC. We're so excited for the World Baseball Classic.
So
Kicked
these
off last night.
have all the WBC cards they showed been diamonds?
I'm excited.
Carson, what do I have to say about him? His swing?
I have insider information that he's very good.
Yeah. He is very good. We've been doing lots of play testing. His card is very good. Yeah. There have been someone said it, I think Lane said, shades of Trey Turner type swing.
Ooh, Trey Bay,
So
you know
if
how I
you
feel
like
about
Trey
him.
Turner
You
swing,
like that? I think that'll get a lot of people excited in the chat.
There we go. And we have one more WBC reveal. I'll be
Okay.
honest, this is a purely selfish reveal, but Team Italy's Kyle Teal. Gotta show some love here.
Yeah, show him off. Look at that. Your guy, Kyle Teal.
My guy Kyle Teal. But we want to go back to the main cam. Y'all heard a lot about the new Parallel XP system. We wanted to make sure we took the time. There's a lot new to focus on. We wanted to hopefully explain everything the best we can so that you are fully ready to tackle your mods 1 week from today. But before we let you go, anything else you'd like to tell the people, Rory?
Yeah, there's a few things. One thing forgot to mention, mod buffs, there will be buffs or nerfs potentially, just depending on how it plays out.
New feature.
If we see as the year goes on, some mods seem a little OP, a little meta, we could see a nerf to them. Could see buffs if some seem to just not be as
Come on now.
prevalent,
What?
as good. So
Why?
just wanted to put
Why
that
even say that right
out
now?
there.
Like
I
you should
also
do
wanted
your
to
play
just give
testing now.
shout-outs to the PXP team. Kyle Blake, first and foremost, just
I mean, why are you gonna-
first designer of
whatever.
PXP.
You don't say
JP,
stuff like that when you're introducing a new
Lucas,
feature. Don't
Ashley
start
Mooney,
talking about if
Annie,
it seems to be too
Cordelia,
meta, you're gonna
Jax,
nerf it.
Lance,
Like, come
Luis,
on.
Clayton, the whole live team for all their testing. It's been a great year, and just huge shout out to all the people who worked on PXP. I hope I got everybody because it was a big team, huge work, but very happy.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited for our fans to get their hands on it. Thanks so much for sitting down with us. But before we go, we do have a short clip we want to play. We were able to sit down with gameplay director Chris Gill to talk more about some updates in gameplay before the game comes out next week. All right, we are sitting here with gameplay.
Oh, that's the
director Chris
dude.
Gill. It's
Make an
Chris.
adjustment.
Good to see you
I wonder if
guys.
anybody gonna put that in
Welcome
chat.
back, Chris. I know we have 2 gameplay-related updates for our fans.
Let's see.
Start with the first one with pitching from the windup versus the stretch in online gameplay.
Yeah, so if you remember in the first stream, we talked about pitching out of the stretch only in online gameplay competitive style, right? So we removed that and we're going back to pitching out of the stretch and the windup, just like we have in all the years past.
So we're reverting to change to something our fans are already familiar with, but now we have a second update regarding PCI shrinkage.
Okay, here we go.
We decided that we're going to remove the shrinkage on pitches down and away for online competitive gameplay.
Okay.
For all difficulties. We're going to try it out for a while and just see how it works. We're just going to continue to monitor the results. And
So look
watch
at the
you guys play
W.
and
So
listen
the
to
feedback got back to him about how he
Thanks
said
again
make
for
an
joining us.
adjustment,
Appreciate
and
it.
people didn't like
Those
that.
2 big updates for our fans. And
Look at the
thanks
W's.
for your time.
You got it.
Once again, a huge thank you to Chris Gill, our gameplay director, for sitting down with us.
He had to-
major
I guess he had to
updates ahead of
eat a
early
little humble
access.
pie
Just a
there, I
quick
guess.
Reminder to kind of summarize that video. That
'Cause they
toggle
need
for
some
either
positive
pitching
news
out
with
the
this game,
stretch
'cause
or the windup is
a lot of people
available
just not
offline,
really
but
feeling
going
the
back to
game
what
this
it used
year.
to be in
So
head-to-head.
Yeah, good call out there, Ashley.
hopefully,
Yeah, I think thank you,
you know, that
Rory
gets
and Kevman,
people
for
excited about the
sitting with
game,
us.
especially the ones who
Great
play
feature.
online.
I'm excited for next week.
Yeah, thank you.
And-
the
but
show
we'll see
fans
how
for
that-
sticking
how
with
that
us and
works.
watching through. This is our 5th feature premiere of the season.
Yeah, pre-orders are open right now. Don't forget there's that 10% loyalty discount if you've gotten the digital deluxe edition going back to 21. That will expire before early access starts. So if you want the 10% off, make sure you get it before early access starts.
Okay.
Right, the World Baseball Classic kicked off last night. It's in full steam ahead going, so make sure you're with us next Thursday, 9 p.m. Pacific time, if not next Friday, midnight Eastern time, as we'll be watching the World Baseball Classic alongside all of you.
Don't forget full.
They knew what to end on. Try to end on a good note on what the community's been asking for.
Excited for you guys to play.
I just have to give another shout out to Abby. Thank you for everything that you've just been there for and helping me through the PXP stuff too.
Shout out Abby.
Shout out Abby. Remember, standard launch is Tuesday, March 17th, and then make sure you're following us on the Scanner Report and socials as well.
Yes, the live content reveals will begin next Monday morning. So make sure you check out our socials. That's where you're going to see it. Make sure you sign up.
I'll
and
check
then,
it
of
out.
Course, one last thing.
Always one last thing.
The Easter eggs never stop. I know you guys saw an interesting tidbit in our fielding feedback yesterday. So we have one more thing to end with. Thanks so much. We'll see you
what
next
might
week.
that be? Let's go full screen for that. Troy Tulowitzki. Okay. All right. That's a weird way to kind of end it. Okay. Well, everybody's liking it. All righty, there we go. So how are we feeling, chat? How are we feeling? For those of you who do play Diamond Dynasty, was it a W or was it an L? I think overall it was a net W for me. Looking at the whole mod system, that's going to be fun. Like even at, parallel 1, you can kind of modify your cards to feel like you're even making a greater impact to where they are, even at that lower level. So that's going to be cool. What else did they cover? So the World Baseball Classic, I mean, they're banking on that to really be like a big hit, but it's only going to be for the first, couple weeks that the game is out. I will hopefully they'll come with some more content that is going to be just kind of equally as exciting as the World Baseball Classic. I don't know what it could be though, but yeah, I think overall it was a decent live stream for Diamond Dynasty, which I would expect. So that's like their heavy hitter, and removing the slider shrinkage on away pitches from the PCI is a big W for the online team or the online gamers. I just think the interface, the changes to the interface, and overall the presentation of it, I think it looks good. The mini seasons updates where you can play 9 inning games or 7 or a 28 game season. Still have to see how that's going to like adjust the rewards that you get when you just do a 7 game season versus 28. But I think overall this was probably like their most positive live stream that they've had since they start rolling out information for MLB The Show 26. So let me know down in the comments how you guys feel about it. At least for Diamond Dynasty, I think that's been their biggest win. Everything else is still kind of like, not really taken so well. And it's kind of like, wait and see how it actually plays and performs. But overall, I think this one was a really good showing for them today. So looking forward to see how it plays on early access. And next week, we'll get some more information with some of the live content. And I'll be sure to bring that to you as well. But until then, I'm Mr. Lux, a.k.a. The Married Gamer, and I'm out. Peace.